Well, you might have COVID.
Well, I read it was like still 7.25%.
That's why we're still in the blue phase, whereas all these other counties around us are in the yellow now.
Right, everybody except.
So I was looking at stats today. So for across the country today, it was 226 COVID related. So I think we're reaching.
Yeah, but you've got also what 4 states that make up over half the, right? Because you got Florida, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio, California, right?
So how are you been feeling, sir? You're all limber, good. Did you really get it out? Please no.
No, don't worry about that. I understand. Yeah. Hopefully it's just the fatigue. You don't get like the fever and the flu-like symptoms that some people have. My wife had the chilled and eggs when she got her second. It tends to be, I think for the younger, it tends to hit them harder because I think like I heard like Noah's mom, she got hurt. She was the one being in healthcare. She was like one of the first ones to get. So when she was fine with the first one, the second one, she's like, I'm fine. And then all of a sudden it hit her like a bag of rocks. And then all of a sudden they had to send her home. She was working and everything. They had to send her home because she like couldn't stand up. That's how bad it was. And then 24 hours and boom, she was fine. Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, we're gonna take it very easy. We'll run details today and stuff. Mm-hmm. The one-step jump? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You got it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. You just leave it on the counter there. Thank you. All right. So let's do Mr. Daniel, Mrs. Gasca, and then let's do Mr. Ferreira, Mr. Hammer. Actually, Mr. Hammer in the center here, Mr. Manette.
It's been a while, man. I'm coming back.
I'll put you on the very end over there. Or no, I'm going to put Isaiah on the end, small. And then you're going to be kind of in the center back there. You'll be the center back there. All right, face the flag. Sit it and 경례. All right, face me, please. Sit it and 경례. Okay, let's warm it up just a little bit. Hands on the hips. Turn and hold your neck to the left. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Other side. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Chin down into the chest. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. This time from here, turn your head to the left again. You're going to go basically bring your chin down across your chest and back to the other side and then back around. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. All right, from here, rotate those hips in a circle. Ready? 하나, big circles. 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Other way. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Feet together now. Hands on your knees. Rotate your knees. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Other way. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. All right, spread your feet. This time, 2 shoulders apart. Face right. Set your head to your leg. Hold that stretch. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up, other side. Same thing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up. All right, keep facing the left. You're going to slide your right leg back. You're going to go all the way into side splits. So keep your left foot straight, your left leg straight like a front kick, and then your right foot should be like a side kick. And if you need help, I'll just pull one leg very quickly.
It only hurt for a year.
It only hurts once. And slowly pivot to the middle this time. Keep your heels in a straight line, heels, knees, and hips in a straight line. All right. Just try to push your heels away from each other. All right. Once you're at a certain position, right, if you want to maximize the stretch a little bit, drop down to your elbows. Don't move your feet, though. Don't lean forward. Just drop down to your elbows. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you have to be able to do side splits and middle splits for your black belt test. And slowly pivot to the right side. Just kidding. So right leg should be in the front kick position, left leg in a side kick position. Both legs should be straight. And one more time, back to the middle, go down as far as you can and sit back. All right, so once you're there now, you're gonna reach out with your hands. All right, reach out and try and grab your toes. All right, lean forward. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, and hold. And feet together, legs straight out in front. Grab your toes, and then try to pull your toes back towards you. Keep those knees straight. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, and hold. And up, bottoms of the feet together now, butterfly stretch. Push those knees all the way down. And up. Set, net, up, and hold. And up, good. Stand up, turn around and fix your toe walks. Shake out the legs just a little bit. All right, from here, jumping. Let's go back into fighting stance. Yeah. All right, so not gonna move forward. We're gonna kind of just work on chambering a little bit. All right, so apchagi, chamber, right? Bring that knee up. Try to keep your heel back by your butt as you bring your knee up. A lot of times what people do is when they do front kick, they bring the heel forward as they're lifting their knee. So what happens is that they only have a little bit of extension. So they don't get a lot of power in that front kick. To get power, you want that front kick to move in a big movement. So as the heel is back by your butt, it's got a longer range of motion for that. So that's why you want to make sure when you lift, try to keep the heel tucked back as far as you can. So one, that way you get that full extension, retraction. Now, when you do that, once you extend out, when you retract, keep that knee in the same position. Try not to drop it. This will help with balance. So you want to be able to extend, retract, and then you can place it down wherever you need to. Okay? So, all right, so we're just going to work on retraction. We're not going to move forward or anything. You're just going to kick one and then come on back. Ready? Hana! Good. Now, if you want to kick higher, you want to bring the knee up higher. Good. Net. The sun. The sun. You're go. There you go. You're done. Uh-huh. There you go. Yay! Okay, switch your feet. Pako. Other side. Hana. Yay! There you go. Set. There you go. Net. Set. Set. There you go. Try to pull it back. Here we go. Dropping the knee. Yay! Uh-huh. Yay! So good. All right, switch your feet. Go. So roundhouse kick is done in the same manner. The only difference is that we're turning, right? So you do that little half pivot, so your knee, instead of pointed up in the air, is going to be turned. But it's the same position as your front kick. The chamber is the exact same. The only difference is that the knee is turned to the side. So 1, 2. So roundhouse kicks this time. Ready? Right? Work on trying to get, at least a 90-degree pivot. If you can pivot more, that's better. Ready? Hana! Keep that knee up. Hey! Set! You gotta have balance. Keep that knee up. Set! There you go. Set! There you go, good. Set! Hands up. Here we go! Now you gotta turn. You gotta turn the knee. That's not gonna score. That's how you gotta. Right? Knees gotta turn. Hop! Yay! Okay, good. Okay, Paco, switch. Same thing. Hana! Bring that knee around. Don't bring the knee straight up. That's the difference here. You want to bring it around. Imagine there's a rock or something right next to your front knee. So instead of coming straight up, you want to bring it around and pivot. Up. Up. Keep your knee there. Once it's there, bend your knee, keep the knee in the position, and then drop it down. Up. Up. Ball of the foot or instep, either way. Here we go. If you're a Poomsae person, you need to do the ball of the foot. You done. If you consider yourself a sparring person, you do it with the instep. Hop. Yay! All right, switch your feet, Paco. All right, now this time from here, let's do some side kicks. So the side kick is a linear kick. It's not a circular kick. Okay, roundhouse kick is a circular kick. Front kick is a linear kick, straight line, right? So side kick is also a linear kick, straight line. So what we want to do when we come off the back leg is we want to bring our knee straight across our body. One. So that's where you get the half pivot. The front foot, you pivot to the 90 here when your knee is up to the side. That's the key is we want to make sure that my knee is to the side, not to the front. Okay, once again, this is the same thing as with the front kick. When your heel or your roundhouse kick, where the heel is out in front of the knee, it only has a little bit to move to create the snap. Okay, same thing with the side kick. If your knee is already out in front, all you're relying on is the extension of the knee to create your power. What we want to do is we want our knee to be able to move into the target. That's why we want to bring that knee all the way up to the side. 90 degrees, and then as you extend out, you pivot, and then the knee gets pushed forward. Okay? You want to lead with your heel. Imagine pushing your heel, right, into the target. Okay? Once you extend it out there, pull it back. Don't repivot though, because if you repivot, then you're going to lose your balance. It's a lot easier to extend and come back and hold it in the pivoted position than to repivot back to 90 degrees. Okay? And then you can place down. So like in a Poomsae, when you do it, you do your side kick. Once you pull it back and you place down, then you can pivot into your stance. A lot easier than kick, hop, hop, and then drop. Okay? All right, ready? Side kicks. Ta-da! Remember when you kick, the knee, the heel, the knee, the hip, and the shoulder, the top of the kicking leg should all be in a straight line. Don't worry about kicking high. Kick low. Here we go. Kick low, but do the technique correctly. See, you're still falling over, Miss Sabina. Hop. Lift your toes up off the ground. Yay! That way you lead with the heel. You're like this. Pull all the way back. Okay, switching feet. Paco. Hana. Try not to repivot back. There you go. Yeah. Let's bring it down a little bit. Yeah. That way you're just working the technique. Try to bring it more up. Yes. And then just kind of feel that push. It's up. Okay. Here we go. It's up. Better, sir. Better. Good. Yay! All right. And from here, go ahead and now you can pick front kick, roundhouse kick, or side kick to work on. All right, for about the next 5 minutes, you're going to pick one of those kicks to work on your own, at your own pace. Okay. All right, go ahead. If you want to do a variation of the kick, that's fine. So if you want to do a twisting kick instead of a front kick, black belts, that's fine. All right. If you want to do a like a tornado kick instead of a roundhouse kick, that's fine. All right. If you want to do a double side kick or reverse side kick instead of a regular side kick, that's fine. All right. You should only be doing the variation if you're very comfortable and solid on your basics. All right. It's all about the basics. If you don't have good basics, then everything else isn't good. All right. If you don't have a good roundhouse kick, your tornado kick's not going to be good. If you don't have a good front kick, your twisting kick is not going to be good. You don't have a good side kick, your reverse side kick, your hook kick, your spinning hook kick. All right. Your double side kicks are not going to be good. You got to get the basics down. Very important. As black belts, that's all we do now is we retrain ourselves on the basics. All right. Having good basics will help you with your board breaking, right? Will help you with your balance, will help develop power into your technique. I'm sorry, what's that? Hurry up, sir. How many Bowden brothers does it take to turn on an iPad? All right, it should only take one, right? I don't know why you guys keep all of a sudden one person stops working because the iPad shuts down or whatever. All right. So once you get the basics down, then to develop leg strength, you work on trying to hold the position out. So when you do like a front kick, if you're working technique, try to hold it. That helps build muscle tone and your ability to be able to demonstrate. Because once again, as black belts, we have to demonstrate technique. Right? You're going to be in a situation where you're going to be teaching someone. They're going to want to see the technique. You can't just talk them through the whole thing and not show them what to do. So you want to have that ability to be able to show the technique. Once again, it doesn't have to be high. It doesn't have to be vertical or anything like that. It just has to be correct technique. So even if it's a front kick and you're only kicking at thigh level, that's okay. I have no problem with that, as long as the technique is correct. Okay? All right? So that's anything that we do. When you're practicing slow, you practice low, right? Low and slow. So if you're demonstrating a technique, right, and you want them to learn correctly, you can kick low. That's not a problem. All right? Just make sure that you let them know that, hey, we want these kicks to be at belt level or higher. Obviously, if you're a higher rank, we want you at the or higher. All right? No kicking squirrels, mice, insects, none of that. All right? Keep that knee up. Dipping that knee. Huh? Just a couple more minutes on this and then we'll. So every kick, with the exception of crescent kick and butterfly, crescent kick, butterfly kick, axe kick, you should have a chamber extension, retraction. So you chamber extension. With axe kick, you can right? If you do the close quarters axe kick, right? This is for sparring people typically, where they're in really close, so they'll bring it up like a front kick. They'll straighten their leg out and then come down. But there is no retraction after that, right? It's the extension, and then they just kind of bring it down. All right, so that's why I say that with the crescent kick, butterfly kick, and axe kick, there is no retraction. There's a chamber, right, but there's no retraction. All the other kicks, your front kicks, roundhouse kicks, side kicks, hook kicks, all have chambers. Chambers and retractions. All right, go ahead and take a break, get some water. All right. I know, right? Of course. Well, yeah, anyone that was here on Monday definitely should be feeling that.
It's 4 to 7 tomorrow on Friday.
I told your mom on Friday.
Double fist. Only guys can do sound effects, you know that? Ever ask your girl to do a sound effect? She can't do it. Do it or tell her to do an explosion. Ask your girl to make an explosion.
I was going to present Carter his certificate.
My favorite is to spin back.
I remember I was listening to this one fight on a movie. And like in the first like minute of the match was just and then he did and this dude
They just did back and forth, tit for tat. Come on. You just want to go.
and then they finally made stomping a penalty and I'm like,
Did they?
Yeah, it makes sense now.
That's good.
This is my favorite, one of my favorite parts. Showed me the accent. Crazy.
All right, let's go ahead and work on some Poomsaes for a little bit on your own. Work on whichever Poomsaes that you want. We can actually kind of split up, so 2 in front, 2 in back, instead of the 3 in the front. So, all right, so okay. Mr. Noah, scoot over here. So. Yeah, go ahead and work on whichever ones you want to work on. All right, work on the problem ones or the ones that you're struggling with, and then that way I can help you. Okay, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's fine too. Sit back in those back stances. Yeah. You had the Brandon back stance. It's like a horse riding stance. So, Mr. Freer, make sure you're not pivoting on your heels. You want to pivot always on the ball of your foot, especially on those big turns. So here, pivot here, and place down. Okay, sir? Yeah. Remember, no heel turns. No heel turns. All right. Typically for my adults, this is a reminder for my adults. No heel turns. Unless you want to have knee problems and hip problems. As you get into, you know, year 3 and year 4 of your training, or year 5, or year 36 of like mine. So you have to have bend and then here, right? So that this is parallel with the ground, which makes it a lot harder. Okay, you're going to get fatigued a lot quicker because why? Right? When you're bent like that, it's engaged, right? See, this you rest. When you stiffen out your leg, you rest. Right? Here, now you're engaged. Right? And you're going to fatigue quicker. So. Come on, Bean. Come on, Miss Bean. Let's go. You could do that later. Oh my goodness. Why are you unfolding it now? Should have had that unfolded at the very beginning of class. See, I think you purposely do some of that stuff to irritate me, right? Because you could have done that a long time ago. Why do you have to mess with it now during class? You could have done that before you logged on.
This is only meant for the balance.
Oh, yeah. Nice excuse. That double side kick's getting a lot better, Mr. Hammer. I like that. No, you got a good push, which is good, and you got two distinct levels, so that's great. That's ideal. Sorry, knife hand punch. Yeah. You have to use both hands for all of your blocks, Mr. Isaiah, and you can't let your eyes wander. It's a bad habit that you have right now going on. Right? Your eyes are wandering. You only use typically one hand most of the time for your blocks and stuff. You want to be able to use both. Right? This is also for a tournament, right? Mm-hmm. No, this is what we call an upset spear thrust. So it's a strike to the groin. Right. So here, kind of like this. So you're kind of pulling, right? This would be like a pull motion here. I got you. Say, but you want to land in a front stance position. So here, one. So you want to be upright instead of this. Here. No, you just want to be here. One. So yeah, so this angle should mimic this angle. So here, so a lot of times, you know, people go here, it's too high here. Right, so we want these angles to mimic one another. We don't want it way up here because once again, it's a groin strike, so it's low. Then you come straight back. 1, 2, 3. Correct, yeah. So as you kind of, this is one thing. So every movement as you sit into the stance, as you finalize your stance, so as you kind of sit and kind of set that stance, the hand technique should occur right as you set. So you don't want to do this and then this. Correct. Yeah, so you want to be together. So we want the leg and the hand to work together. Sometimes, you know, people do this and then this comes after. Some people do this and then this comes after. So it makes it very choppy when that happens. So if I do this, you know, it makes it choppy there. If I go here, it makes it choppy. If I go here and I kind of sit, 1, then together, yeah. So and it's you know, it's just like when you're punching, right? When you punch and you land in the stance, we don't want to land in the stance and then punch. You know, see? So, yeah, exactly. Then you step forward, the downward palm, 1, 2, and then 3. Yep. Good. Take a yuck jump. Yuck. No, yuck. Just like twege. Twege is yuck. Twege is yuck too. It's all the senior blue stuff is all yuck. Yuck. Back or forward, sir? You step backward. If you step forward to get back to your spot, that means that you're not stepping far enough after your roundhouse kicks. So after you do your roundhouse kicks, you need to stand, you have to bring it down a front stance length and then you move into your next movement. If you don't do that, if you kind of drop it next to your foot and you step, you're going to end up behind your ending position. So your last movement, that rear foot should be on the line you started on. Move straight back to Chumbi. Okay. Make sure you guys are retracting your kicks, gentlemen. We just spent the first half of class working on kick retraction, and I see you guys still dropping your kicks, Bowdens. Okay, now Sabina, you're still leaning on those side kicks. You're still leaning forward a little bit. Once again, stand up. Turn your head, right? That owl exercise at the very beginning of class. Boom, we should be looking over our shoulder.
Too fancy for me.
So like here, right? When you go here, right? So you want to think here, right? Your back stance, the bend stays bent. So your head should not elevate, right? And it should not decrease as you step down, right? From here, you're here, one. As I sit, it stays. As I turn, it stays. It should stay level. Here, I don't want to go up and then come down. I should just stay. Boom. Everything should stay level. Level. Elevate here because, right, I'm in my narangi sogi, my parallel stance, right? And then lower down, and then you stay. Boom. Same level, too. All done, yay! Oh. You're gonna have like 10 minutes of whatever practice time afterwards. 9 minutes. You need to turn your front foot more, Mr. Francisco Jr. You have a tendency to do this for your back stance. When you test, judges are going to pay attention to that front foot and the length of your stances too. You got to be consistent. Bend that front knee, sir. Bend that front knee, back leg straight. Yeah. Same thing here. Bend that front knee, yeah. Front knee. So the one thing that you want to think about whenever you do your front stance, sir, is front knee will always be bent. Push the back heel into the ground. All right, so because you typically don't do that, and so this is how your front stances kind of look. So the back heel kind of almost comes up, or your back knee is bent. So you want to make sure that the knee is absolutely straight. Correct. Yes. Because the front stance is going to give you a good base, especially against an opposing force like that's trying to get you off balance. If it's bent or if it's loose, the back heel is up, you're going to lose your leverage. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so here. 2. Right to left, yes. Yes, sir. And then these are front stances too. So when you turn, front. Yes. That's better. Yes. So I can see you now doing it. Now I'm sure it probably feels weird and awkward. And so. Well, you were, but a lot of times I also saw you doing the front stance movement. But it was like, okay, I know I have to bend my front knee, but then you didn't really concentrate on that back leg at all. So sometimes your stance looks like this. And the other thing from an anatomical standpoint, that front knee that bend should not go beyond our toes. So what should happen is that when you bend, right, the ending position, yeah, it should be perpendicular to the floor. Correct. Because a lot of times, if we don't do that, and so that's where the distance comes into play. If you have this short here, and then you're doing the front stance, then it looks like this. Okay, and it may feel okay right now, but what that does is it really stretches those tendons and ligaments around the knee. So unhealthy, right? Because obviously we want that knee tight, right? So that it doesn't pop out or the kneecap shifts or anything like that. So, but the more we do this kind of stuff here, we start to stretch that out. Yeah. So. Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay, Chungkwan then. Up to Chungkwan. Or Hansu. Okay, you got the first two movements. So. Yep. Strike, kick, punch. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Smell my armpit, smell my armpit. Keep my hand. Yeah. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the way they do sport Poomsae. So. Well, no, I'm not. I'm a traditionalist. I'm a purist, so I don't like the fact that people who aren't, 7th degree, have learn Chungkwan for tournament or competition purposes. That's. Yeah, and that's the way they've got the rules set up. So it's because it's based on age, right? So. Yeah, but once again, though, how many, generally speaking, if those people that are really good typically have been in the martial art for a long time, but they're not 7th, they're not 7th or 6th degree. Most of them are probably 4th or 5th, so. Yeah, back in the 80s, it was faux pas. It was faux pas to learn a form before you were supposed to. In my ITF school, there was one called Chungjan. And what was what I always loved about it was this. You got to drop down and do a side kick and a punch movement. And I remember growing up, I was like, oh, I want to learn that form. I want to learn that form. And it was, because I watched my instructor do it. It was a 3rd degree black belt, Poomsae, and I always wanted to do it, but it was like, no. It's a no, you can't, you're not supposed to be learning the new stuff, unless you're that rank. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's, like I said, it's an old traditional purist,
I was always so excited to learn the next one.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. I watch people, because obviously, watching like the belt test and so forth. Like, oh, look at that form that they're doing. I want to learn that one next.
That's the overall what you used to do sometimes is, you start peeling people off by belt level. So you were left up there by yourself, everybody's watching you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. You used to do that.
Yep. I used to do that. I used to do that when I first started teaching, is to give more room and everything. So if we had a class of all the students, so okay, we do all the white belt stuff and then the white belts go sit down. But then I found, the white belts would be sitting for another 15, 20 minutes doing absolutely nothing. They sit for nothing, And there is some validity to other people watching like the black belts do stuff and go, wow, kind of thing. But then also too, with the limited amount of time that we have in class and everything, and for a lot of people, they're only coming twice a week generally. I've chosen not to do that, and we just kind of do everything. So you're gonna stay up, keep doing your stuff, while everyone else continues on or whatever,
People that need the most work are watching.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So. All right, couple minutes left. Couple minutes. No, you want to turn clockwise or from here. Yes. What are you guys doing? We gotta work harder in this class, guys. All right? Oh, no. Wrong turn. So here, right? So your left foot will be in front. And then. Mhm. Pull back. Mhm. Correct. Mhm. All right, everyone, come on. Let's go ahead and line back up, please, real quick. All right. From here, face the flags, please. Hit it. Cookie ID, Hungnan. Center face me, please. Hit it. 사부님께 경례. All right. Before we finish up, I have a special presentation for a young man who's getting his certificate, his Kukiwan certificate. So, Mr. Carter Manette, please step forward, please. Come here, face me, please. Hip! World Taekwondo Kukiwan, number 09600763. Name, Mr. Carter Ryan Manette. You are hereby certified that the Federation has granted second degree black belt with accordance to its rules and regulations on this past date of February 28th, 2021. World Taekwondo Kukiwan. Congratulations, sir. All right, well done. Trying to face the class. Come up here. All right. So everyone here had a hand in helping this young man get this achievement. So face your class, sir. Get up. And 경례. All right, let's give him one more round of applause. All right. Congratulations, you are now official, sir. All right, as of February 28th.
Nice.
All right, so class dismissed, everyone. No class tomorrow or Friday as we are in belt test mode. So good luck to those that are testing on Friday. Yeah. So Mr. Isaiah and the rest of you, you have a nice long weekend and we'll see you guys next week. All right, class dismissed. Okay, good job, everyone.
Yes.